Greetings to everyone. Congratulations to the class of 2023. I'm honored to stand here today with the class of 2023 as we recognize this milestone. We begin with our national anthem. But before that, let me apologize. There seems to be some technical difficulty with my speech, but I wanted to begin by welcoming our graduates, our families and friends. Welcome to Gallaudet's 153rd annual commencement ceremony. It is indeed an honor to stand before you today and recognize our graduates. And we will proceed with our ceremony with the national anthem. We here at Gallaudet support freedom of expression. In true form of our country, we respect any decision you make to stand, sit, or kneel as you are able. And we ask for mutual respect as it is at the heart of our community. Thank you all. I should add that today the national anthem will be signed by a student who's graduating today. His name is Stefan Anderson. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage. Thank you, Stefan. Please be seated. I am so grateful to be here today celebrating our graduates. I want to take a moment to recognize and welcome our honored guests. Thank you for being with us today. We know to the students that you benefit from others who have helped and supported you along your way to make it to this moment. So I'd like to take a moment to recognize those individuals who are here with you today. To the Gallaudet faculty and staff, please wave so we can recognize you. Thank you for all you have done and all that you do. Every single day, you have made today possible. The commencement happens today because of how much you give to support our students and their success. Thank you for all you do. We also have several international dignitaries and visitors who are here with us in the audience today. I want to thank you for being here with us today and celebrating with us. We applaud you and thank you for your presence. As in any university, governance is not the sole responsibility of one individual, but instead it's shared by multiple individuals. And so today we want to welcome the shared governance groups of this university who allows us to do the work we do daily. First, I want to recognize the members of our Board of Trustees here with me on stage. Thank you for your work. Also, the executive team of Gallaudet University deserves recognition. Thanks to all of you. We have two student organizations, our student body government, as well as our Graduate Student Association. I want to recognize those individuals who are members of those groups. Here at Gallaudet, we have the Gallaudet Staff Council, thanks to all of you. And as well, the Faculty Senate. Thank you for your work. On behalf of all of us, we thank all of these groups of shared governance who work to make Gallaudet University do what it does. I'd like to welcome family members, friends, and loved ones who are all here to recognize and share in the celebration of our beloved graduating students. You have supported this class of 2023. You've helped them persevere to get to this moment, and we thank you for all that you have done to make that possible. And now to our graduates. I ask you to take a moment to look into the audience, to the faces of your friends and family members, all of those who have helped you get to where you are today. So please take a moment to recognize all of them and their significant community. I thank our Professor Emeriti for your many years of commitment to Gallaudet, your service to the university and to our students. Thank you. We are delighted beyond measure to recognize two distinguished honorary degree recipients for 2023. I'll be sharing a brief summary of our first recipient's accomplishments, but I encourage you to read their full biographies in your program book. Our first recipient is Blanche Hilliard Wilkins Williams. We will be awarding her the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. We will now confer a posthumous honorary degree on Blanche Hilliard Wilkins Williams. Members of her family are here with us today and will accept this degree on her behalf. We have a brief video about her that we'd like to show you. It'll give you a sense of who she is. Please direct your attention to the screen.
We have a general knowledge of American history, as well as Black American history and white deaf history. However, our understanding of Black deaf history is limited. It's imperative to document history to ensure that people learn of Black deaf individuals in order to make our world a better place. Blanche Wilkins, in particular, made significant contributions and is being honored today for them.
I would like to invite Dr. Carolyn McCaskill to come to the stage. Before we continue, I would like to take a moment to thank Dr. McCaskill. Dr. McCaskill is retiring, but I wanted to take an opportunity to thank her for her many years of service and scholarship to Gallaudet. Leadership, scholarship, and teaching, including probably a very important legacy that you're leaving behind, the Center for Black Deaf Studies. You have left a legacy that has transformed and will continue to transform Gallaudet, our students, our alumni, and generations to come. Thank you, Dr. McCaskill.
Thank you.
I also wanted to take a moment to thank all of the people, many of whom are watching our live stream of this event today, whose work and research brought to light the story of Blanche Hilliard Wilkins Williams and brought it to this moment that we are experiencing now. All of you who are from Minnesota, related to the Minnesota State Academy, I thank you for all of your work making this possible. Dr. Lewis, will you please step forward?
I'd like to invite Dr. Travis Emmel forward. The Board of Trustees Chair, Dr. Glenn Anderson, please come forward.
Would Robert Steptoe, Melanie Steptoe, both of whom are direct descendants of Blanche Hilliard Wilkins Williams, would you both please join me on stage? Today, Gallaudet University is proud to honor Blanche Hilliard Wilkins Williams by awarding her the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
President Cordano, I ask that you confer upon Blanche Hilliard Wilkins Williams the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gallaudet University, I confer upon Blanche Hilliard Wilkins Williams the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all rights, privileges, responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations and thanks to you both. Congratulations, Blanche. Congratulations. We will now confer an honorary degree on Dr. Beverly Daniel Tatum. Dr. Beverly Daniel Tatum is a world-renowned clinical psychologist, scholar, and author. She's also been president of two of the most selective women's colleges in the United States, Spelman College, a historically black college in Atlanta, and Mount Holyoke College in South Hadley, Massachusetts. She is the author of a best-selling book entitled "Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting Together in the Cafeteria and Other Conversations About Race?" and a second book, "Can We Talk About Race and Other Conversations in an Era of School Resegregation?" Dr. Tatum is a sought-after speaker on the topics of racial identity development, race and education, and strategies for creating inclusive campus environments in higher education leadership. A civic leader in the Atlanta community, Dr. Tatum is engaged in educational initiatives designed to expand educational opportunities for underserved students and their families, as well as to connect communities across lines of difference. These are the conversations we're having here at Gallaudet. And we are grateful to Dr. Tatum for her research and scholarship that guides these very difficult conversations, and for also showing us that there definitely is hope for a better world ahead.
Will Dean Khadijat Rashid please come forward?
Will Dr. Beverly Daniel Tatum please come forward? Today, Gallaudet University is proud to honor Dr. Beverly Daniel Tatum by awarding her the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
President Cordano, I request that you confer upon Dr. Beverly Daniel Tatum the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gallaudet University, I confer upon Dr. Beverly Daniel Tatum the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, with all rights, privileges, responsibilities thereto appertaining. On behalf of the Gallaudet University community, I congratulate Dr. Blanche Hilliard Wilkins Williams and Dr. Beverly Daniel Tatum. Congratulations to both of you. And now I would like to invite Dr. Beverly Daniel Tatum to address the class of 2023.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a wonderful gathering this is, and I'm so grateful for this recognition. And it is a true pleasure for me to be here with all of you and my fellow honorees. To President Cordano, to the faculty, staff, and administrators, the trustees and distinguished guests, parents, family, and friends, but most especially to this graduating class of 2023, I thank you for the honor of allowing me to share this special occasion with you. And I congratulate you on all of your achievements. I so admire your president, Bobby Cordano. This year's USA Today Woman of the Year. Yes. And we at Mount Holyoke College are very grateful for her service as one of our trustees. Thank you, President Cordano. When President Cordano asked me to be the commencement speaker, she shared with me the news of the special recognition that was to be made today, honoring Blanche Wilkins, the first Black student to graduate from the Minnesota State Academy of the Deaf. A woman who went on to become a prominent educator and advocate within the deaf community, serving on the executive committee of the National Association of the Deaf in 1899, when she was still only 23 years of age, not much older than many of you graduates today. What a talented and motivated person she must have been to achieve so much at such a young age, despite the racism and the sexism she was confronted with in the late 1800s. And that was just the beginning of a long and illustrious career. Coincidentally, I know something about the challenges Blanche Wilkins might have faced at the turn of the century in Minnesota, because I am the great-granddaughter of a Minnesota trailblazer too. My great-grandfather, William Hazel, was an architect and stained glass artist, and was one of the few Black designers and salesmen for Tiffany and Company in New York. He and his wife, Rosa, moved to St. Paul, Minnesota in 1887, where they lived for several years. More than a century later, in 2019, the Minnesota Historical Society launched an exhibit featuring 3 Black architects whose work in the late 19th century helped shape the architectural landscape of the Twin Cities. My great-grandfather, William Hazel, was one of the featured architects, including photos of the structures he designed in the 1890s. Along with those structures was the interior of the Grand Opera House. However, he is remembered not only for his stained glass designs, but also for the actions he took against discrimination. Long before the creation of the NAACP in 1909, or the civil rights movement of the 20th century. According to local newspaper records, because William Hazel was a known architect and sought after stained glass artist, his move to Minnesota grabbed the attention of local Minnesotans, when the Appeal newspaper announced his arrival. Despite his accomplishments, he soon encountered discrimination when he was denied a hotel room at 2 different hotels in St. Paul, the Clarendon and the Astoria. He was even arrested after making a complaint about it. Undaunted, he sued the hotels under the Equal Accommodations Act of 1885 and won, pushing back against the color line. The settlement was a small one, $25. But the attention his case received in the local press garnered him visibility and more clients for his business. Born in 1854, William Hazel was older than Blanche Wilkins, who was born in 1876, old enough to be her father. But I imagine that the Black community in the Twin Cities was a small one. And I suspect my great-grandparents, William and his wife Rosa, were a power couple, likely to be well known in the Twin Cities and beyond. I like to imagine they might have known Blanche and her parents. The Minnesota State Academy for the Deaf was just 50 miles south of the Twin Cities. And I imagine Blanche's family might have had ties to the Twin Cities Black community. After a few years, my great-grandfather, William Hazel, left Minnesota and eventually took his family to Washington, D.C., where he taught at Howard University, one of the pioneers to help establish the School of Architecture there, and becoming its first dean. Blanche, too, wanted to come to Washington, as we know, to study here at Gallaudet. But unfortunately, she was denied that opportunity because of her race. But that did not stop her from achieving great things. And so it feels especially meaningful to me to see how my family history and Blanche's have become intertwined in this moment at Gallaudet University. And I am honored to receive an honorary degree along with her today, celebrating her trailblazing legacy here with all of you. And of course, I am delighted to be here to celebrate the achievements of all of you, gathered here on this special occasion, the occasion of your own commencement. What Blanche Wilkins and William Hazel have in common is tenacity in the face of obstacles, persistence in the face of naysayers, and a sense of righteous indignation in the face of indignities directed toward them. William didn't just walk away in the face of discrimination and harassment. He took the offenders to court and won. Blanche Wilkins didn't take no for an answer. She pursued her career as a teacher and found a national platform with the Executive Committee of the National Association of the Deaf to advocate for herself and other members of the deaf community. Not long ago, someone interviewed me about being a college president and asked if it was harder than ever today to be a college president. And I said, yes, it's hard, but compared to what? What is your point of reference? Is it harder than it was for the founders of Spelman College back in 1881, just a few years after the end of slavery, when it had been illegal to teach Black people to read? Was it harder than it was for the founder of Mount Holyoke College in 1837, when many people thought it was a waste of time and maybe even potentially damaging to the health of women to provide them an education? Was it harder than it was for the founders of Gallaudet in 1864, when educational opportunities for the deaf and hard of hearing were virtually non-existent? We need to know our history so we can put the challenges of today in perspective. Yes, we live in a challenging time, and yes, you graduates are facing a daunting moment in your personal and our collective history. We have come through the years of a global pandemic. We see the dangers of global conflict as wars rage. We recognize the backlash against racial progress and the rise of white nationalist movements at home and abroad. We feel the impact of climate change, and we are confronted by the growing threats to democracy and the erosion of women's rights. In many ways, the world as we have known it seems to be unraveling. But if you know something about history, you will know that every period of social progress is followed by pushback against that progress. In fact, 55 years ago, in his last book, Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community, published in 1968, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wrote about just that. At that moment of history, at the height of the protests against the Vietnam War and the push for economic justice, he wrote, quote, "The line of progress is never straight. The inevitable counter-revolution that succeeds every period of progress is taking place." There is no question that we are living through such a period of counter-revolution today, a retrenchment of women's rights, voting rights, human rights. Yet when we feel the pushback, we must remember it comes in response to change. If there had been no change, no advancement in women's rights, there would be no pushback against that advancement. If there had been no change in voter participation, the surge in participation of young people and people of color in US elections in 2008 and again in 2012, the rush to block access to the ballot that has only accelerated after the election of 2020 would not be occurring. If there had been no expansion of civil rights in the LGBTQ community, there would be no pushback against that change. If there had been no expansion of anti-racist social justice education in the schools, there would be no pushback against it today. As painful as the pushback feels, it is in itself a reaction to social progress and reminds us that change is possible. It has happened before, and even in the face of setbacks, change can happen again. To quote the social justice icon, Professor Angela Davis, the key is persistence. Change is possible. It's not the result of one-and-done action, but requires persistent, continuous effort, especially to sustain it. So what does this mean for all of you? It is still the case that today you have something that most people in the world do not. That is a college education. According to 2019 census data, in the US, just 1 in 3 adults has a college degree. An education like the one you have received at Gallaudet, an education that has prepared you to think critically about important social issues, is still the privilege of the few. To whom much has been given, much is and should be required. Martin Luther King once said, "The moral arc of the universe bends toward justice." And I have often thought our collective responsibility was to help it bend faster. If you think that it seems to be bending in the wrong direction, then you will have to use your education, your skills, your capacity for leadership to help it bend toward justice again. It won't happen without you. Let's be clear. You all have that capacity for leadership. Now is the time to claim it. Gallaudet has prepared you for this moment. You don't have to be the CEO or the president of the organization to influence other people. We all have a sphere of influence. family, friends, neighbors, coworkers. You never know who is watching you, paying attention to the example you provide, listening to the questions you ask, the analysis you bring. Identify your sphere of influence and use it unceasingly to advocate for the change you want to see. Change is possible. Yes, we live in challenging times. And at times like these, I have learned to look to historical examples as a source of inspiration and encouragement. That's why the story of people like Blanche Wilkins and William Hazel are so inspiring. Or perhaps more recently, the example right here of Dr. Carolyn McCaskill and the creation of the Center for Black Deaf Studies. Each one reminds us that even in a storm, there is an opportunity for those with vision and determination. They remind us that this is a time for creativity and bold thinking, innovation, imagination, and action. One of my former students gave me a small paperweight that I have on my desk. It says, "What would you do if you knew you could not fail?" I think that is a powerful question, one we should all ask ourselves. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? Each of you will have your own answer to that question, but what I want to tell you is this: don't let fear hold you back. I have a pastor friend who says fear, F-E-A-R, stands for false evidence appearing real. Let me repeat that, F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. Well, if you have any fear, replace that fear with hope. And what does hope stand for? Well, I say it stands for having optimism produces effort, H-O-P-E. Having optimism produces effort. And effective effort, my friends, eventually produces results. It did for Blanche Wilkins, and it will for you. As Angela Davis reminded us, the key is persistence. Change is possible. The key is persistence. Remaining hopeful is necessary. Your collective leadership, harnessed with the energy that comes from hope, will bend the arc of justice once again. I want to end my remarks with the words of a woman of your generation, poet Amanda Gorman. The poem she read at President Biden's 2020 inauguration is titled "The Hill We Climb," and it ends with these lines: "When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it, for there is always light, if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it." Let's all be brave enough, hopeful enough, persistent enough to be the light for each other in this time and in the days and years ahead. Class of 2023, you are the embodiment of hope for me and everyone here. Thank you and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Tatum. Thank you for your riveting remarks. It really matches the bold leadership that I see you display at Mount Holyoke. We, the Gallaudet community, appreciate your commitment and all you've given to higher education and your service, and also for your being with us today. Thank you. I also recognize that you spoke to how interconnected we are in your speech, the story of your family members and descendants and that of Blanche Wilkins Williams, and how our communities are so interconnected, Regardless of them being hearing and deaf, they're connected in so many wonderful ways. And let's all use this as a reminder to continue to share our stories going forward. Thank you for your inspiring remarks today. Thank you. And now my attention turns to you, the class of 2023. You have had to be so diligent, so motivated, and so tenacious to get to this moment. I see this moment as a threshold moment, but not an end. Not an end in any way, but rather it's a new beginning for what lies ahead. And I know with certainty you are ready to thrive. So you may wonder, how is it we know that you're ready to thrive? Well, I share this because the World Economic Forum produced a report in 2023 of future jobs surveying 803 different companies regarding the future of the workforce. And in doing so, they identified 2 skills that are critical for success. And if you're wondering what those 2 skills are, they are analytical thinking and creative thinking. So this is great news for all of you, our newest alumni. The reason I say it's great news is because a Gallaudet liberal arts and science education specifically sharpens both analytical thinking and creative thinking skills. You are a class that had endured COVID and yet even still left an indelible mark on Gallaudet's transformation. Just look at all that you've experienced during your time here at Gallaudet. You were a part of the founding of the Center for Black Deaf Studies, founded after the summer of 2020. That founding culminated in the launching of the new field of study, the study of Black Deaf Studies, launched at the Symposium for Black Deaf Studies. You've put on art shows, including Si Se Puede and Black Deaf Art Period, theatrical and dance productions, opened a new e-sports arena, hosted ASL VAT events at the Rathskeller, and so many other student-led events. You're also the class that helped found the Center for Democracy in Deaf America, and it's the first ever intercollegiate bilingual debate team that was founded through this center. Just recently, this debate team culminated all of their work in a recent debate between Gallaudet and the U.S. Naval Academy. That debate was watched by over 900 viewers. Quite incredible if you think about it. You and so many others have hosted activities and dialogues, those dialogues that model and expand our vision for what a greater and more global deaf-centered understanding of our multicultural and diverse intersectional deaf communities. And you've also honed your creative thinking skills. As deaf people, we have an innate ability within us. We're very good problem solvers just by the unique fact that we bring a unique way of being to solving these problems. Being deaf requires us to be creative in ways that we otherwise wouldn't be. Outside this beautiful campus, we experience a world that's not built for us. And every single day, we use our deaf gain to find creative solutions, and I know you will continue to do so. With all of this analytical skills and critical thinking skills that you've developed, plus through the many activities here at Gallaudet, we are witnessing an era of deeper collective analytical thinking and creative skills. We have seen you make spaces to discover new knowledge, to honor histories such as that of Blanche Wilkins Williams, and to redefine how we know and who is the body that knows in our quest for learning and knowledge creation. You have helped us understand more deeply the powerful analytical thinking and creative endeavors are not solitary enterprises. In fact, you've shown us that appreciating knowledge and experiences of people outside our own knowledge spheres of knowledge and wisdom creates value and important perspectives in every situation. I want to remind you that developing our multicultural and intersectional analytical thinking skills is a lifelong learning commitment, one that you must renew every single day as you start your day. And now it's time for me to share what I refer to as my love letter to the class of 2023. As you leave today, remember the story of Blanche Wilkins Williams. Let her story be a constant reminder of your responsibilities going forth in the world. Let her story of injustice remind you of your ethical responsibilities to create a more welcoming and inclusive world, one that celebrates the humanity and the possibilities in each and every single person. Let her story remind you of the power of persistence and belief in your own self-value, regardless of what the world may tell you. Blanche was denied the Gallaudet education that you received. She was denied that education because of the color of her skin. And that didn't stop her. She persisted and became a leader in her communities with intelligence and love. Blanche is the embodiment of the type of Gallaudet global citizen that we expect all of you to be. And you already are, I can tell you that. We here at Gallaudet acknowledge the unacceptable and heartbreaking history of the exclusion of Black people in our admission. We must never allow that history to repeat itself within our community and the broader global community. When you experience or witness injustice in the future, because of your Gallaudet experience, you will face those situations with intellect, creativity, and from a place of love. As alumni, you carry with you both this history and the progress we've been making as a community. One example of this progress is that you, the class of 2023, are believed to include the largest number of Black students and the largest number of Hispanic students of any Gallaudet graduating class. Congratulations. I invite you to take a moment and reflect back on how much the Gallaudet students of the 1890s missed because Blanche was not with them. Just as she could have benefited from learning from Gallaudet, they would have benefited well from learning from her. And likewise, just as we have learned from each of you. You are our newest alumni, and as such are our best messengers and storytellers. With that, share your stories of success, your leadership, and your growth with the world. Show employers and policymakers and future Bisons the impact of a Gallaudet education. Live your Gallaudet story proudly. And remember, you can always come home as often as needed, as often as possible, and especially during those times when you need renewal. Come home so we can feed your soul, lift your spirit, and give you love. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2023. It is now my pleasure to welcome the undergraduate student speaker chosen to address you today. Representing the undergraduate students is Jakia Murphy. Jakia, please join us on stage for your address.
Thank you so much. Thank you, President Cordano. Thank you, Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, families, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2023. Congratulations. Look at us now. 4 years ago, I arrived as a freshman student from Austin, Texas, wondering what would happen in the years following. In the fall, we arrived here at Gallaudet to start our first semester. Then the next semester, our lives changed forever. Suddenly, we shifted to remote learning. Some of us continued our studies, and some of us took a break from school. Being away from Gallaudet and friends during these scary times were daunting. Returning to campus has changed how we learned and how we interacted and how we communicated. Regardless of those struggles, we all returned to Gallaudet's campus and persisted in our education and career goals. That's incredible because we are strong just like our mascot. I am proud of each and every one of us in terms of when we arrived here on our first day. We have faced many fears and struggles and challenges because of what we experienced before, during, and after the pandemic. Those fears and struggles will always be a part of our lives. It is how we choose to overcome and thrive from them. As a plant mom, nurturing and caring for plants can be intimidating and unfamiliar. A new experience indeed. Yet I learned that plants can live and withstand many things. For instance, storming and thundering rain help the flowers and trees to grow, just like us, growing and learning in difficult times. Being here, we learned that each of us is a different seed and different parts of nature. Gallaudet is like a community garden, ready to help us grow and prepare for the world. Preparing for the world as we grow, we experience the rain by dealing with gender and racial injustices. We witnessed the death of George Floyd, the Black Lives Matter protests, Asian hate, COVID pandemic, Roe v. Wade, the ban on drag shows, and harm toward the LGBTQIA community, all happening in this world. They truly have had a profound impact on our mental health, but importantly, I want you to remember, you are not alone. It's okay to ask for support and prioritize your mental health. As we graduate today, we must take a moment to share our gratitude to the people who have supported us. Knowing how a herd of bison works together and has a strong support system, It is important for us to look at the people around you and cherish those moments. I want to share one profound moment during my high school years that applies today. I went to South Africa and had the opportunity to visit Robben Island Prison, where Nelson Mandela, the former president of South Africa, was imprisoned for 18 years. His life experience made me think about Nelson Mandela's famous quote that truly inspires me. Quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world," end quote. With education, we navigated enriching experiences with guidance from our faculty, family, communities that have helped us to get where we are today. Gallaudet taught us many invaluable lessons to explore our identity, strive for the better. As our beautiful community, I am proud to witness our day, and I'm ready to walk together this stage. Our future is full of hopes, dreams, new opportunities, and scary things. With our community working together, we can overcome each and every obstacle that comes our way and celebrate our accomplishments. To the students, faculty, staff, alumni, the deaf community, families, and the future generations makes Gallaudet whole. With the support of everyone around, stand with pride, stand in braveness as we take the next step into our future. We may not know where the future will take us, but Gallaudet will always be here. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you for such an incredible speech. Thank you, Jakaya. President Cordano, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Caroline Solomon, a representative from the Gallaudet faculty who will present the candidates for collegiate degrees.
President Cordano, upon recognition of the faculty, I have the honor of presenting the candidates to you. Will all the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelors of Science please stand and remain standing. President Cardano, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the appropriate degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gallaudet University and consistent with the standards set by the faculty, I confer on each of you the appropriate degree with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated. Dr. Lewis, please come to the stage again.
President Cordano, I will now call forward the students who are graduating with an undergraduate degree conferred with university honors. They are graduating today with full university honors, which requires rigorous academic coursework and successful completion of a capstone project. Would the students graduating with full university honors please come forward? I present to you now Eric James Hines. Grace Evelyn Lester.
Teblang McDonald. Joseph Mendes. Dakota Ronco. Matthew Q. Thompson. Anne Marie Tan Sophie Timling. Emma Doreen Tripp. Congratulations. I will now ask Dr. Khadijat Rashid, Dean of the Faculty, to come forward in order to present the recipients of the undergraduate degrees.
Congratulations, class of 2023. I will now present the students who are graduating today with undergraduate degrees from our 5 schools. Some of our graduates have demonstrated academic excellence and earned their degrees with distinction. Cum laude with honors recognizes students with grade point averages of 3.4 or above. Magna cum laude with high honors is a grade point average of 3.6 or above. Summa cum laude with highest honors is for those students who have achieved a grade point average of 3.8 or above. I will identify these students as they are called to receive their degrees. I'd like to call forth our students.
Humaid Abdallah Hamed Rashid Adawi.
Louis Biko Akufo. Mariah Hamid Al-Amari. Miyad Al-Baraki. Musa Humaid Ahmed Al-Hadifi. Manal al-Salhi. Yazid al-Khatib. Ala Ali al-Riyami. Amjad Khamis Nasser al-Siyabi. Khalid Wahbi al-Budla. Donia al-Bishawi. Andrew Alford. Zara Musa al-Hamad. Allah al-Maziad. Stephen Anderson. Mariana Arroyo Chavez. Mariah M. Arzola. Elias Zeneb Asifa. Jonah Thomas Babuda.
I love you all. Thank you.
Obaidullah Bakali.
Love you.
Sehwam Jalal Bakri. Henry Baldwin. magna cum laude. Corey Ballantine. Taylor Catherine Barnes. Sem Bartuktu. Baruktu. Carolina Bednarchik. Colleen Margaret Biskupiak. Zakiah Bright. Rodney Burford Jr.
Much love, everybody. We did it. I see you up there. I salute y'all.
Lynette Butler.
Ashley Marie Carries. Yes, yes, yes. Shane Tyler Carazels. Richard Sealis.
Undergrad, all done.
Nicole Mercedes Ceron. Abraham Cervantes. Summa cum laude. Katrina Marie Clark. Janelle Nina Clemente. Summa cum laude. Taysa Lynn Clevencher. Tiffany Cochran, magna cum laude. Congratulations. Theodore Conley, cum laude. Paloma Marie Corciedes. Leanne Coulter. Ariana Eileen Croquette. Victoria Elaine Croquette. Ericette M. Cruz.
Woo! Woo!
Dean James
To
DeAngelo.
my grandma and grandfather, my abuela and abuelo, thank you.
Kiera Davis. Jade Dawson, summa cum laude. James Dean, congratulations. Peyton DeGras, magna cum laude. Congratulations.
Woo!
Tiona Alex Ray Diamond. Aaron Dixon, cum laude.
Yo!
Mitchell Donnelly Nair. Joel Max Drummond. Darren Drolsaba. Shane Donovan Corey Elliott. Christina Ellsbury. Stephen Emerson. Brian Andrew Espanto. Jaylene Ann Etke, summa cum laude. Cindy Uceda.
Karina Figueroa. Catherine Fishbane, magna cum laude. Bradley Frank. Cassie Friday. Jason Antonio Garcia Varela. Taylor Ann Garland. Courtney Genski, summa cum laude. Zachary Gibson, magna cum laude. Alicia Gomez.
To my family watching online, I love you. Oh, and I love you too.
Adriana Gonzalez, magna cum laude. Jack Lewis Gray. Rebecca Green, magna cum laude. Samantha Lee Greenwood. Charles J. Harris, summa cum laude. Austin Hicks, summa cum laude. Lexi Megan Hill, summa cum laude.
I haven't cried yet.
Nicholas Horman. Yaz Holguin, cum laude.
See you later.
Markea Howard.
We out. Peace.
Nathaniel and 8 Humpal.
We made it.
Janisha Isaac, cum laude. Trevor Taco Johnson. Thomas Stanley Jankowski, cum laude. Catherine Johnson, magna cum laude. Sarah Joyner, magna cum laude. Courtney Kayun, magna cum laude. Miriam Carusi.
Megan Constantinitis. Jordan Lewis Cray.
Much love to you all.
Samantha Natalie Krigsman, cum laude. Bridget Lamb, summa cum laude.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Brian Enrique Leyva, summa cum laude. Seth Bartolo Light, magna cum laude. Carlos Lim,
I made it. Yes.
Dimitri Devon Lofton,
Let's put it up, put it up, put it up, put it up. We made it.
Kate Lorenzo, summa cum laude. Brigitta Luttrell, summa cum laude. Emily Meyer, magna cum laude.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you, and thank you.
Javier Maldonado, David Mall,
This is my dad. I'm sending you love, Daddy.
David E. Manis, summa cum laude.
AJ Markle.
We did it, y'all. That's right now. We did it.
Michaela Mayer, summa cum laude.
Congratulations.
Brianna McCarthy, cum laude. Albert McGrain III.
We did it, y'all.
Kathleen McMahon, summa cum laude. Jamie Renee Menez, magna cum laude. Gabriela Ravi Montoya, summa cum laude. Samantha Cherie Moore, cum laude.
We did it.
Clay Tucker Moore. Aubrey Preston Mormon.
Sending love to my family.
Lena Mole, summa cum laude.
Jakaya Murphy, summa cum laude.
Kevin Keith McLeod. Tyler Nayart. Rebecca Minson. Omar Najera Jr., magna cum laude.
Thank you, everyone.
Billie Jean Natasha Nelson. Abriana Fate Norris. Shelby N. Norris. Skylar Dale Norton, summa cum laude. Afan Niam.
Congratulations to the class of 2023. We did it.
Jules Nemo,
Mommy and
magna
Daddy,
cum laude.
I love you.
Elena Marie O'Neill,
Congratulations, everyone.
Amelia Palmer, summa cum laude.
Love you all.
Evelyn Pintoa, magna cum laude. Antoine Lawrence, Ant Parham. Kate Meredith Pastorelli. Cade Patterson.
I love you, my family.
Isabella Diana Pallone. Patrick Pacharski. Brian Ramos Navarro. Devonte Marquez Ramsey. Shamika Redmond. Congratulations.
I want to thank God up above. Thank you so much.
Daniela Reina. Cum laude. Latavia Roberts, summa cum laude.
We did it, y'all.
Christina Nicole Rodriguez Gomez, magna cum laude.
Thank you. I'm gonna hold it right.
Isabella Rosa, cum laude. Smiles Russell. Hassan Isa Jamat Saber. Devesh Saini. Cum laude. Anabel Salazar. Adriana Sandoval, cum laude. Kobe Schroeder.
We did it. Just kidding, just kidding. That was pretend.
Priscilla Scola, cum laude. Freya Nola Saramet.
We made it.
Walid Mosa Shah, summa cum laude. Julianne Lewis Schumann, summa cum laude.
Thank you, family, friends, and faculty.
Layla Ann Sicoli, magna cum laude. Alukia Brianne Sifre. Corey Jean Skipper Davis, magna cum laude. Brian Solis, summa cum laude. Elijah Scott Fu Solomon, summa cum laude. Emily Spring, summa cum laude. Maximilian Stelzer. Jasmine Stevens. Leslie Talamantes, summa cum laude. Larissa Tate, cum laude.
John Taylor. LaRon Thomas, cum laude. Ramel Thurman. Emerson Torres, magna cum laude. Luis Enrique Torres Munoz.
We made it.
Peter Tran. Tina M. Tremblay, magna cum laude.
Are you ready?
Nikki Tully. Marshina Chantal Turner. Deanna L. W. Chapua, summa cum laude.
Thank you, Jesus, and my husband for supporting me through this journey. And this is for you, President Cordano, to represent diversity and the expansion of Gallaudet's diversity. This expansion is far and wide. Thank you.
Angelica Virginia Valdez. Brian Van Bavel. cum laude.
We finally made it after so many years.
Nathaniel Grant von Gennep, summa cum laude. Rebecca Maria Vides, magna cum laude. Millie Wagner. Congratulations. Mark Wallace Jr., magna cum laude. Jacob Zane Weiss. Lauren Wellman. John Kent Werner Jr. Jaquez Wheeler. Aaron Whittington. Spencer Wiley, cum laude. Kara Wilson. Emily Joy Wright, magna cum laude. Malia Selvi Zornoza.
President Cordano, this completes the awarding of the undergraduate degrees.
Thank you. Congratulations, congratulations. Hold on, we gotta wait for that last student to sit down. Join your class. Congratulations. Congratulations to our newest Gallaudet alumni, the class of 2023. Professor Doliak, please come to the stage and lead us in the recessional. This concludes our program for today. Please stand and remain standing for the recessional. Following this event, we will be hosting a reception. And let me just confirm the location. It will be in the multipurpose room just across from this building. We invite your family and friends to join us there. Thank you all.